Hello guys, how's it going? Morning everyone, morning. Shall I say happy Monday? Well, for us it's happy Monday. Anyways, back for another day. So I hope we all had a great weekend. For me it was okay, not too bad. And I think you guys can hear me properly, right? If you can just confirm the voice is okay, sound is alright. Some of you. Morning Jay, morning Jessica, morning Parth. Parth, have I got it right? Silver, morning mate. Welcome to the stream. Awesome stuff. Alright, let's do this. Right, straight back to business. We're not gonna waste any time. We've got 15 minutes to talk about the watch lists. By the way, have you guys got anything else that I might have missed just before we get started? Right, so let's get to the gappers. We've got Edsa. This I think, if I'm not mistaken, is phase 2 results of some sort. So with a 60 something percent. Usually, I'm very pessimistic about these, to be honest. Just to make sure we can see that. Right, so let's just give me a second, guys. So, 48. Right, okay, so Edsa, at the moment it looks quite strong. It's a phase 2 result based gap. We've got 13 million float, so typical of one of those gappers and gap and poops on gap and craps or whatever you want to call it. Now let's have a look at the daily. As you can see, anytime it pops, gets rejected and gets heavily shorted. So expect heavy shorting coming to this. Now, having said that, guys, if it starts to run, do not hold on to it, because you've got whatever you've located shares or whatever it is. We have to understand that these things can actually squeeze, because it gets a lot of short sellers with a strong bias in trouble. That's when they start to hit the market. So to cover, obviously for me, I'm a little bit short biased. Looks quite strong at the moment, but it could change before the open. We will see, guys. We'll keep that on the side. And then Zivo already given up most of it, but if it does creep back up, what was the okay, is that a good thing for it? Maybe not. So we can look at it. I tried to locate the shares on this, quite expensive. So I left it alone for shorting, but this could give us a nice opportunity for shorts if you can locate the shares. But if it does start to run over sevens, I will keep an eye on it, but I don't expect too much from it, to be honest, especially what it's doing right now. So two gappers, not really sort of excited about in the long, for a long position. We've got last week's runners, SDC, still in the watch list. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't have a very strong bias on them. I will trade what I see at that specific time. So we'll see after like 5-10 minutes of the open on these guys. On most of these, I will wait around 10 minutes, especially on Mondays. So CRVS finished very strongly, gapped up and giving back. Post market was really good Fridays, and then giving back most of it pre-market. But that 5 level, if it does start to hold and start to creep back up, we could have a second day continuation. But the catalyst behind it is also one of those phase 3. At least this is phase 3. So you can, but I haven't seen these run 2, 3, 4 days in a row. So we will see. CRVS could potentially provide us with something decent, maybe for a for short opportunities. SPY, by the way, gapping massively. We're talking about 435s. Earlier, I thought I saw 433s. Yep, here. So, you know, when SPY gaps up this much, expect a little bit of a bounce, which already is giving. So, I think it's gonna bounce a bit more than that, guys. But since it's actually gapped up quite a bit, it might not fill the gap straight away. It might actually have a little bit of follow through to the downside. So we're gonna keep an eye on SPY. If you are gonna keep an eye on SPY, find the relative weakness stocks, guys. Relatively weak stock compared to SPY. What I mean by that is, look at the big names. Whatever is, let's say for example, SPY is bouncing a little bit and the stock is showing weakness. That is your relative weak stock. So if you're gonna short that one. I tend to do that mostly, instead of trading SPY straight away, because SPY could be a little bit too, obviously it's crowded and all. But if it does give me a nice little setup, obviously I will trade SPY as well. Today there might be a range on it, but Monday, guys, Monday, just make sure you keep reminding yourself that it's Monday. AMC, I will, you know, if it does provide something decent later down, at the open I'm not gonna touch this thing, guys. Not really one of those dailies that I trade, but since it's in play and it's got really good range, that's why I'm keeping it still. So I would like it to bounce a little bit, massive gap down. Just good bounce would be nice. It's already bouncing towards 42. We will see how this 42 area holds as well. But I'm looking for a potential short on it. PLTR quite strong, but gapping down quite a bit. So this could be a fade off. It should, if it was strong enough, guys, it should have held 2870s. Yep, that's the close, and it's just trading at 2720. So quite a bit of gap. On this one as well, there might be some opportunities PLTR, given that it has already shown sign of weakness, gapping down, and if it does pop to 28s, even better. This area is a level, yesterday's low, and a 28 level. That could be something that could come later down the line. So watching PLTR for a possible short. Now when I say that, guys, it could always change. Just when I say these levels, mostly if it does break those levels and it starts trading above it, I don't mind switching my bias straight away, because things change and you have to be able to change with it. Ater, I have kept it, not too keen on it, guys, already. Let's have a look. Yeah, bouncing. Just let's have a look. I think this might provide us with another second day long. I'm a bit long biased on Ater, but that 11 12 area needs to go. On this one, guys, just remember this area here on Ater, this zone of ours needs to break. If it does start to break that, then we will consider longs. Otherwise, maybe even shorts. Andrew, morning, man. How's it going? Good to have you back. I kept on telling myself, where's he gone? I hope you're doing well, man. We missed you. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. AFRM. We just kept it very choppy price action on intraday. I don't like it. I will probably remove this, but if it does, if you guys are watching this, if it does give us good move, let me know. AFRM, I'm gonna remove it from the watch list. And IRNT, I will trade it on the side, guys, because it can be a bit rangy. Maybe not actually. Quite a few days ago, it was quite rangy, but now it should be calming down a little bit. IPHA, really volatile stock at the open, so might want to give it a little bit of a room at the open, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you start trading this. It's massive weakness coming into it, and I feel like a second day weakness might come to this as well. So most of the stocks I'm watching today, I am a bit short biased on them. So we will life as well, guys, is poking up, not very good price action. I don't like that at all. Thursday was nicer. Friday, really bad price action, and the volume died completely. We're talking about 8 million volume compared to 50 million. So if it does start to trade like this, I will leave it alone. But if it does give a more volume, more liquidity, then we can trade this as well. Right, that's pretty much it, guys. Best of luck. Just a reminder, guys, Monday could be really difficult to trade. Depends on your style. In fact, I have, every time I've asked anybody who trades, Monday has been always the most difficult ones for them. That goes to show that there is something about Mondays. So just take it easy, wait for your best setups, make sure to understand your risk and put on the risk according to your plan. Don't just blindly enter trades without actually understanding and calculating the risk before. That's when things go wrong. That's when every emotions pile up, and you basically at that point you're not trading, you're just hoping and wishing. Might as well roll a dice. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. We'll wait. I will try to wait about 10 minutes, and I will be extra careful trading the first open, especially after the 5 minutes. Just 10 minutes would be a bit ideal today, guys. So that's it. That's the plan. Best of luck, and let's take it easy. And I will see you guys. I'm just gonna grab myself a coffee, as usual. You might say, why do I do that just before the open? It actually disconnects me from the market at the open, which I like. I come back and I see the open and I gauge the volatility and the environment that way. If I stay for the open, it's a bit different because I'm already looking at the gap and things like that. I don't know how to explain this, guys. This is one of those things. Anyways, I'll see you in 2 minutes, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. What's moving? Right. R T S. So Edsa is washing a little bit. That's a sign of weakness on that. That's what I meant. This might be a drifter today, guys. Edsa. Edesa. What is it? So Edesa. Right, so Irnt also is washing. Zivo is waking up. Zivo. That area that is rejecting from is quite strong, guys. That 7 level, this level here, if that breaks, then it's got some room. Definitely got some room. But that 7 I think might hold. So look at that. Oh, I've got my 2 minutes on. Sorry, guys. Alright, now that's better. Yep, Zivo definitely popping. Over 6 might. That 7 area is quite important on Zivo. Keep an eye on that. Okay. Okay, that sorry, I just could not call it Edsa. I was watching it. Sorry, I was just got got lost a bit there. But that rejection of 9 is a clue on Edsa, by the way, guys. I'm not just I'm gonna leave that alone for the moment because it's already went ahead and tried to break that 9 and then rejected from. So if you are gonna trade this, the stop is definitely around 920s, 925s, somewhere there. Okay, let's go ahead. Right, SDC under 7 looks interesting. Really want 730s. Not much of a really move there. 30 cents only. But by the way, Zivo, I missed it, but there was a chance there, guys. I did mention 7. Watch that. There was a little uh, difficult though. It would have been a breakout. Now, if it does come back and holds, that probably is a clue there. Nice. Okay, IRNT looks interesting, guys. Keep an eye on that. IRNT. IRNT. So what are we looking at? Ater's popping as well. Ater popping. PLTR is good as well. Let's see, PLTR. It looks like a really bad chase, to be honest. At the moment, looks like a bad chase, but see, it's popping now. So I'm watching this under 27s, but it has to trade under 27s, at least close under 27s. SDC now looks better, guys. SDC looks much better now, under 7. SDC. I'm gonna start small on SDC, but I'm gonna leave a little room on it around VWAP, guys. Starting small, SDC 697s, 697s. Short, by the way, sorry, short 697s, shorted STC 697s with a stop over the break of a VWAP. So it could be around 20-25 cents. IRNT. Also keep an eye on Edsa. It's popping a little bit. Let's have a look. Edsa. It might have been late. STC. So STC might be actually going for it. Just gonna hold on to it until it breaks that VWAP, guys. IRNT looks good for long as well. IRNT. Ater. Yep, that long broke above that. It looks interesting, guys. Second day continuation could come in. Volume coming in over 12. Hey IQ, welcome man. How's it going? I feel like right now is slightly a bit early. It just broke. I I preferably would like, this is what happened. See what I mean? I was waiting for that, so just want to give it a few more bars. Let's see how it reacts around 12s. It still hasn't broken it yet, by the way. This is actually a failed breakout. But if it does start to close above 12s and starts trading over, then yep, chances there. And our STC is not doing that well. So I will be out around 725, something like that. Started small on it, guys, just very tiny. Yeah, it looks strong. The daily, to be honest, is also strong. Just remember that. But Edsa. So on the break of around 725s, I'll be out of this, guys. Right here somewhere. Okay. Not yet now. STC, I just don't have a good feeling about that, to be honest. I think it will take me out and then move. It'll probably take me out and then go. Edsa as well is looking good for a short, I would say a little bit of a chase, but your stop will be over 9 though. That's the problem with this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for a while. Now Ater is holding up. Ater's holding up 12s right now. The volume is it consistent? Right, I might, if it starts to fail off here, guys, I might add to SDC. Right. But it's bouncing, so I'm gonna wait up on it. I wanna see how it reacts around that view up a hit again. It's still I'm not too sure about it yet. It's still within that area, within that zone. I feel like it wants to hold, but it could easily also reject badly as well. So at the moment it's failing off of that zone that we created. I was looking at PLTR earlier, but yeah. 28. I think if we do get around towards 28, it will start to reject. It's already rejecting, so 7/10s. Right. It's still holding though, that Ater. I expected it to be washing at least towards 1160s, 50s. I don't like STC at the moment right now, guys. STC is trying to pop, so daily is also quite strong on it, so I might be very careful with holding on to STC because it looks like it wants to pop. Daily is supporting that as well, so be careful on STC if you're still in it. Still relying on that rejection off of the VWAP and 200 EMA to hold. If it does, all good. If not, then we will be out on it. I'm a bit careful on adding as well. If I'm gonna add, I'll probably wait for it to break sevens again. I'm relying on the level. I'm sticking to my original plan there, Silver. I know it's kind of difficult to see it popping up, but yeah, I just gotta stick to original plan. Okay, this is looking okay, but I just need a little bit more momentum on this. It's just a little bit slow for my liking. Now, if this starts to fail, and if it starts to take out 685s, then that daily will look very weak, because that Friday's daily definitely looks weak. But since it has gapped up and sort of this gap up itself is showing a little bit of a strength, and that continuation might come on it. So we just are stuck between the 730s and 685s on this to decide whether it's gonna be weak or strong. We'll find out. Yeah, Ater is off, guys. I did not take it. Just paying attention to SDC too much, guys. Yeah, it did go. It held that zone there. So we're talking about 12, between 12, like 1180s to, yeah, it held nicely. So yeah, looks good, quite strong. Second day continuation day, guys. That was the idea. AMC. AMC tried to pop. 43 is held. Now, what you want to see on AMC is it's a little bit illiquid, to be honest, today. Strangely, it looks a bit strange. But if it does come back, or even closer to 4280s, even here, if it starts to fail, maybe a short. But from 42s to, yeah, that's quite a bit of rejection as well there. 50 cents rejection, at least. So. Mhm. Yeah, I wanna see it if it does come back up to 4280s and 43s. If it does reject from there, This might be the start of another move down on AMC. It looks weak, but I think, in my opinion, it's still a bit early. Because of that, VWAP as well is going to be a little bit of a problem. 42.20s and 42s itself. Oh wow, BBig had a really nice long. Where's our BBig? I'm not gonna add it there. Okay, BBig. I don't expect too much from BBig to run. Then when you start saying that, that's when you get in trouble anyways. So we gotta be careful saying that. But I expect a rejection from BBig, especially if it goes to 8, 790s right here, in fact. But I will wait up on that. 8 is more likely area for it to stop for a while. STC, I'm gonna be careful, guys. It's trying to bounce back up. I might even exit this early. Where is STC? Here we go. I don't like what it's doing. I'm still waiting on that break of the VWAP and hold. So if it does break and hold, but the problem with that as well, if it's gonna break, it might actually start running. So we might have to give back 5, 7 cents, 10 cents on it. But I am willing to take that risk because I have started quite small on it, and I'm planning to add to it for sure. Right, and Ater. So here on AMC, as you can see, we saved ourselves a loser. Right over here, if you had traded it short, that would have been a loser for sure. But we're now waiting on this zone here, 43s to 42.80s, that 20 cents zone right there. You want to see how it reacts there. I really want to get out of STC now, guys. I feel like it's about to attack that VWAP and close above it, but once it does, it might not. But it's going against my my technical trading style, and discretionary side is coming up now. AMC. Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm gonna be out of this. I don't really. If it does break the 716s, okay, I'm out. 770s, right here, guys. I'm out of SDC. I know it's I might get. It might carry on, but I feel like it. There it goes. There it goes. I would have been stopped out on the. So yeah, sometimes you have to listen to that discretionary side of you. Zivo. Yeah, it's holding above that. 7 held. Volume is not. That's looking good actually. That's looking good. Don't care what the catalyst is. It stayed strong and it's holding up. So, but your stop will be about 675s. Probably that's worst case scenario. Yeah, looks good. Big stop though on it. Big massive stop. That AMC also, guys, if you remember, that area just held right now. So 4260s. This is definitely the front side, but I feel like I want to short it though. The continuation, that rejection is really a good clue for it for its weakness, especially with the gap down, and it hasn't really attempted to gap close. So AMC. What have we got? AMC. Yeah, Mondays can be tough. Honestly, Mondays, I know, that's why I keep repeating it's Monday, Monday. There's a reason for it. It's just, for example, on Monday, the problem is the continuation, the follow through. Any setup you take, you gotta either take out very quickly the partials or the exits, or just be extremely careful. Like, for example, Ater. Look at this. Typically, if it was like daily, look at the late beaten down as would do for a bounce second day continuation. I mean, it breaks out, does a little bit of a move, and then comes back. There's no follow through. Anything you see might look like this, uh, apart from some out there. Like this one is curling down. I don't like this, guys. This, in fact, looks like a very I'll wait up on this, guys. On this one, I'm gonna be a bit careful because that curling back, curling action, I don't like. If you want to be safe on it, you wait for it to break that 750s. Bounce off of this 7 and the VWAP is a trade there, but I think that might still be early. But it's bouncing though nicely. Okay, I might have been wrong on that, guys. Might have been totally wrong on that. Now, if it does break that 750 and holds, then that's a good sign for longs. And then you've got your 8s. Okay, that's running kinda. Okay, there's a lot of rejection coming in. Interesting. See, as I mentioned, AMC, guys, sometimes waiting for your whatever your thesis or whatever your idea is sometimes works, especially on Mondays, works out really well. Over here, the the trade would have been here short somewhere there, but we waited on it and then waited for that 43 hit rejection. That was your trade. I tried to get in here somewhere, but I couldn't, and I just left it alone because AMC could be quite choppy in or around the VWAP. So I would rather wait for the VWAP to break and show a clear sign of weakness. Just don't want to risk on Monday. If it was another day, I would have taken that short. Now this is bringing back the bounce from the VWAP. And we've got Zivo that's chopping around a little bit. Maybe to wait up on Zivo. Yeah, that rejection also is not good. Let's see what it does around 7s on the VWAP. And then Edsa just yeah, slowly drifting down. There was a short here under 9. I did mention that. And then pop up to 9 and fail as well. Big. So I think on Edsa, guys, pops to these numbers, 850s and 9s, will get shorted. Ater looks like a short here, right here. Looks like a short with a 1240. The reason why I say this is, guys, it's very psychological, or whatever you want to call it. Everybody knows about this, right? Yeah, what is that? I always like. I mean, it doesn't have to be, shoulder, Head and Shoulder. It could be a fail of Head and Shoulders, but that's what it looks like to me. There it goes. There it goes. AMC looks. Wow. Okay, that was a good weight on AMC. This one, guys, if this trend line starts to break, that 43 starts to break, this could at least run towards the gap fill. So gap fill, what are we talking about? Gap fill, at least we're talking a dollar move is easily achievable if it does. Yeah. So I'm watching AMC around 43s, guys. 43s. I need that 43 to break, not like this, guys. As you see, tries to break, comes back in, tries to break, comes back in. Over here, rejection. And also, I will not ignore rejection as well on this. That 43 level is in our area at the moment, is rejecting from it. We want to see it break properly, ideally 43 10s, or 7s, something like that. Yeah, LCID I was watching on the side, but I just I have it on on my other chart. It kept on going. Yes, that was a nice little long as well there. This is what we had. This was basically your setup war. Yep, and also for, yeah, that was your long setup. Definitely. Good catch on that, by the way. Zivo is trying to pop up again. On this one, guys, if you're going to trade, you have to have huge, we're talking at least 80 cents stop. I am really trying to figure out if it's going to bring in some volume and if that is going to have some continuation. At the moment, it seems like it's a bit overcrowded. AMC, see, it's just, yeah, AMC looks good. It just that looks good right here, but it's early, and I have a problem of taking trades early as well, guys. Just remember that. But I do tend to pick up, which is not a good thing, to be honest. It's not a very good habit to have unless you have a lot of experience. That 43 area on AMC is big, and this is gonna have trouble. If it does break that, then I will look to long it, guys. I will probably trade it on the side as well if I don't call out. I'm waiting for that 43 to break, and then something like this would be ideal on AMC. There you go. There you go. Hold on. Which one was it? LCID. Yeah, something like this. You see it breaks and then comes back and just gives us a little bit of a stability, stability after the breakout, a little bit of a decent pullback and holds, then we can look into that. That's the plan with AMC, guys. There it goes. Ooh, IRNT is going for it. Whew. This is the bounce after 2 days. Interesting. The one that's actually really interesting is AMC at the moment, guys. There it goes. You see what I mean by my gut feeling saying like that's a long over here, 42.78 80s is, yes, there's no technical, there is technical pattern there, but it's not very clear. It's just the price action. It's really the price action read. Sometimes I like to take early trades, which does cost me, but it eventually pays off as well. But always it's a good idea if you have a level to wait for it, because you might not have that experience of reading the price action. So for that, just wait up for a level to break, and then just if you're lucky enough for it to retest and hold, that's a much better area for any entries, because that's when you can actually have a proper risk. You can actually recognize a risk there. For example, break of 43s. If I were to enter here 43s, 43.10s, what would my risk be? For me, the technical risk would be under 42.40s, 50s. That's huge for me, right? 50 cents. Now, if it does come back and starts holding that 43 area, maybe even under 42.90s, but if it starts to make that swing low, and if it starts to curl back up, that's better entry, because that swing low could be your stop. You have a more technical place to risk your trade off of. Zivo, by the way, is looking good. Yeah, Zivo looking good. I want to start this, guys, small. I'm going to start small. 770s, I started small, guys. 770s. My risk is slightly big on this, guys. Just I've started very small. The risk has to be below 7, guys. This is early. This is early entry, but we want that 8 to break and hold. That's what we are looking for. On the break of this, I wouldn't really sort of consider that break 790, but that 8 needs to break. For me, that's very important. There we go, 850. Yep. Zivo, 9 million shares. If somebody's locked, that we'll find out. Yeah, sometimes I have to for you guys. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, Mondays are good days to go long, and Fridays are good days to go short. Generally, that's what I've noticed. AMC, I'm trying, guys. AMC. Let me show you. I want to wait for this candle to close. What is that? 10 seconds to go. Actually, yeah, 43.90, 42.94s, 42.94s, 43s. Okay, that's closed now. Let's see if that. Okay, that's looking good. 96. It's gonna be probably quick, guys. I'm gonna take that 43 break. Yep, 43.02s. I'm gonna take that long. I'm gonna be putting stop here, guys. 43.02s I've taken. 43.02s long. 43.02s might be a bit of a chase, but that's fine. You can put your stop under the lows here, 42.70s, very tight. But I'll make sure that this 20 EMA closes and then starts trading under it. So ideally 42.70s. So stop around 42.70s, but I want to make sure that it actually closes under that 20 EMA. That is what we have, and Zivo looking good. Anytime you want to pop Zivo, there we go. Come on, this is it. We want that volume to come in, guys. Come on, load up. We can get in trouble for that, guys, when I say those things, especially if we have a lot of people in the stream. I shouldn't be saying that. Pop over 8 would be nice, not over 490. So I'm waiting for that. Anytime it pops over 8, let me know, guys, because I'm watching AMC as well on the side. Hopefully it's gonna pop before it drops. Oh, it's dropping before it pops. AMC, okay, AMC, I'm giving it a little bit more chance, but seems like we might have a loser there. Okay, what is it doing now? Come on, AMC. Hold. Hold. AMC, AMC, AMC. What is that? Zivo. Right, guys, so now stop is definitely under 42.75s. I'm gonna put my stop under 42.75s. Somewhere there, just at the lows, at the break of the lows. If it does come and take me out, that's fine, perfectly fine. But this has created nice little base here, and if it does run, then that's going to be a swing low. That's what I meant actually earlier by waiting for the. So now, if it does actually break the 43s and then comes back inside below 43s, that's not a good sign for longs. In fact, that might be a reversal song, because this break could be a fake out. At the moment, it's not confirmed yet. At the moment, it's still a breakout. But once this takes out this low here, that will confirm for me that, yeah, that was a fake out. And I really don't know about Zivo. Okay, I might get taken out on AMC, guys. I'm watching that. 75s. Around 75s I'll be out. So I'm watching that 75 area. I have got my hard stop around 42.75s on AMC, and I don't like Zivo right now. It's actually, boo, okay, I don't like that. Don't like it at all. I might come out of this early, guys, before it actually 703s. Okay, it's not giving me a chance. 712s, 13s. Right, I'm trying to exit this, guys. 710s. Yeah. Damn, that was yeah, that just take me out here. 710s around this area here. I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, that was a rejection there. I didn't like it what it was doing here. I should have exited there, listening to my gut feeling. There was also a short setup there, but yeah, I just wanted to give it more room. Now that's a failure. It could drift off now. So we will start looking for shorts on it. Okay. Yeah, on AMC as well, I'm out. Yeah, 100% Ziv. Andrew, yes. Yeah. The thing is, these kind of entries, um, it does sometimes, most of the time it fails, right? Okay, but once that works out, then we have a huge amount of R's on it. We the potential of this giving you like 10 R is there. That's why I like to give it room, especially for the longs. I've noticed I'm giving it's very tight for me. But also I can't ignore the fact that it was completely rejecting from that 780 rejection after this wash and that hold. That was actually a short setup. But the problem with this is I can't short Zivo. It's very expensive. So if I had the locates for it, I probably would have given up on the longs and shorted flip it. But I couldn't do that. But having said that, when I go with a preemptive entry, which is this one here, that's like a very very small amount, especially on AMC. Right here, it was still not confirmed. The bounce wasn't confirmed. It was early, and these two trades very small, but still we're talking 770s to 710s, 60 cents loser there. You know, if you can short Zivo anywhere close to sevens where we got stopped out, that actually is a nice little shorting area. But I really didn't get that bloody borrows. Let's have a look. Zivo. What are we looking at? Zivo. Man, where have you been, Andrew? It's been quite a few weeks. We haven't seen you. Yeah, that's what's gonna do. No, I don't think Zivo doesn't have that strength to. Well, you can never say never, but if I could short it, I'll short it right here. But maybe that's a good thing. So there's your short there, and there it goes. It's gonna, I feel like this is also one of those drifters, all day drifters, just like EDSA, those two gappers. Now this is popping up. EDSA is popping, so that 8 is holding. EDSA. There it goes, Zivo. This is what I mean by there's a short here. There it goes, and it's gonna, the first partial 6, around 6 area, 610s. This is why trading is extremely difficult, right? To make it. Let's say you have an edge on in shorting, but that edge, you know, they make it so hard for you to actually have that edge, because of these facts. The facts that, you know, you have to borrow it, and you have to pay a huge amount of money to, you know, locate the shares and things like that. It's just all that, you know, extra overhead costs that make it extremely difficult. AMC might be a short. I am looking for AMC weakness now, guys. That rejection is that's probably the high of day today, guys. So 42.40s, 42. Awesome stuff, Andrew. That's good. Working on yourself. Awesome stuff. I like to hear that. Trying to get things better. Trying to work out things, you know. Trying to find that edge is an extremely important thing. That's why it's a continuous hard work. It never stops. Like for us, for me as well, it's like end of the week is always work. There's a lot of work behind. You know, I have to review my trades, look at things that I've done wrong, exit entries. There's your entry. Sorry, there's your short on AMC. Guys, the reason why I'm not taking any trades now is because I've just realized that I've hit 3 trades in a row, red in a row. So that is one of my main rules, that if I do that, then stop trading. My platform is not shut right now, but I'm about to shut it, guys, because there's no point in keeping it. But I will be here, probably, you know, talking about things here and there. You know, if I see an opportunity, I will call it out, discuss things. Yeah, same here, Silver. Same here, buddy. You know, Monday chopped up. You just, for me, Mondays are extremely choppy days, especially for me. I don't do that well, as you can see, clear result of that. But the thing is, because of that reason, I keep my positions quite small. It's not the same as I would do it on Tuesdays and the rest of the days. So yeah. Yeah, Jessica, I traded the AMC for a long, potential breakout pullback long, and then it got stopped out. A really good exit, by the way, on AMC. That was a crucial area when it bounced and tried to test that 43, fails, and then we couldn't stay in it any longer. So that's just a really small loser for me because of my positioning size. The one that gave me about, this is at least 1 hour, maybe even more, slightly more. Uh, you know, the breakout again, preemptive breakout on a Zivo, so that failed off. I wanted to exit it quite here somewhere when I felt that, yeah, this is actually a short. So I should have exited here, which would have been really small loser, 0.5 R or something like that. But I waited on it. And then I had what else did I trade? I have to open up my platform though to see what I traded. Anyways, yeah, three reds, probably less than 3 Rs, but I'll consider it a 3 R, minus 3 R, definitely. Yeah, SDC. Okay, that might have been a good thing, Jessica, because you see right over here, actually there's a nice little setup here on SDC short. It's already given up. See, we were too early on it. We were quite early. Now is a good actually area. Watch list building. Okay. Oh, yes, Josh. I will talk about that. Definitely, yes. I have stopped trading, so I can definitely talk about it for sure. That's a good thing. Uh, yeah, knowing when you're done, trust me, is a really, really good thing. You have to know when you're done. LCID has opportunity here for those of you still trading. LCID, just a little bit strong though. Yeah. AMC was a nice short when I discussed it here. Beautiful short. And then we have SDC still working out this yeah, STC is a bit yeah, it's a bit strange. It's really choppy. That's what you can say. Now, guys, if you I'll discuss how I work out the pre-market watch list quickly if everybody is there, and then I will probably call it an early, but I might not even. I might stay here just for entertainment purposes. But let me just talk about the watch list. Alright guys, so Andrew, you and me both. Alright, let me just put my let me just open up my platform, guys. I need to short Zivo. I'm just joking. Anyways, just give me a second to set things up. Yeah, let's discuss Zivo though. The volume is coming in. It's not able to push it down. The short selling is not able to push it down. So what you wanna, like this one, to be honest, this could have been just that little the whipsaw. If it does start to run, then again over here, whoever shorted could be in trouble at the highs. So I would think this has a potential. But I'm not obviously trading it. I will wait up on this Zivo thing unless it clearly breaks out that 8 or it goes below now 650s. Either way, this is still the chop zone. This here is a chop zone. Now, if it stays within that zone, it's kind of difficult to make up his mind. But if it does start to break, especially if it does start to break 8s, then yeah, a lot of stop runs is gonna happen, and some panic will come into this. So yeah, that's what I see on it. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about the pre-market preparation. I have made a small video on this, just a part of it. It's to do with FinViz scanner. I'm pretty sure you have seen it, but that's kind of like part of it. I will discuss what I do, if I can, if I have time. Usually it's very simple for me. I don't go into too many of those extra advanced scanners. I have tried to use them, but the problem with that is the fact that not everybody is looking at those scanners is one. You want to find stocks that everybody's looking at, especially people who are, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be like bad, sound bad, but especially who are new and constantly losing, right? You don't want to find a stock that pros look at, right? You're not going to win against them. All right. So I try to keep it very, very simple so that everybody finds things that they can put on their watch list. So that is the whole idea behind my watch lists. And also I need stocks that has been in play recently or recent week, or preferably last 2 days. I want to make sure that that stock has been in play with good volume. That's my criteria. So let's go and dive into pre-market preparations. Okay, so let me bring up the right. Can you see, guys? So you can see the Chrome, yeah, Google Chrome. Let's do that. Okay, so basically what I have is I have quite a few scanners that I have actually done a video on as well, which is momentum scanners. So on this one, you can even, you don't have to even go to screeners. You can go to home page. What you want to do is you want to check these out. The can you see my mouse? Obviously, I'm not too sure whether you can, but let me just make it clear. So the top half part, the top half part, the top half part here. Sorry, no, I got it wrong here. Right. So what I do is I check these, the first five, or just this area here quickly. It's not, it doesn't take that long, but what I do is just go to the thumbnail. Okay, Zivo. Straight away Zivo comes in, right? Now that's on my watch list. Why? Because the volume came in, it's in play, and it's gapped up and it's holding its gap. Okay. Now if I saw this sort of daily, let's say this daily finished like that, uh, on in the evening scan. I normally do this pre-market, so it will look at the close of that day, close of the previous day. So tomorrow pre-market I'll be doing this scan. So this one, if it does look like that, I will be interested. Why? The volume first of all. Okay, that shows that there's interest. There's a lot of people watching this. Huge amount of um, trading going on in this, huge amount of interest. That's what I need. And it has done some range. We are talking from 5 something to 8s. Now that could change. So that is a candidate for my so. And then EDSA, same thing, as you can see, it's showing things that have been in play. Surf, yep, surf looks interesting. Somebody mentioned surf earlier. I didn't look at it, sorry. Yeah, just a bit of liquid though. Anyways, let's get back to business here. So I just quickly go through, hover around, and if I like a daily that's interesting to me, then I will start looking at them in the chart itself. Think or swim. So on this one, all I see is Zivo, and Edsa is already gone very red, so that's probably done. Surf is interesting. I'll keep an eye on it, and AVER, depending on the volume. So once I'm done here, I go to my scanners. I say, okay, what is momentum scanners done? Zivo, CRVS, LCID, and Ater. All the momentums that have run in play are here. So most of these, what I see here, most of these, 90% of the time, will actually be put in my watch list. These ones. So I've got that. And then I have up 5%. I will check these, Ater and Zivo again, and then down 5%. We've got on this one I have to look at the daily to choose. Like if I'm not interested, it's already beaten down stock, already beaten down, already beaten down. Nope, 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 nope. So as you can see, none of these is gonna go on my watch list. Right? And then I have got some others that short squeeze not bringing anything, red after para is not. So these will tend to have more list, obviously. At the moment, because we are in intraday, it's not showing much. But if I do a pre-market tomorrow, then it will bring out a lot of stocks. So that's how I select. Most of 80% of the watch list will come from there. But for me, it's extremely important to pay attention to the daily, right? What you want to do is on daily, you want to select something that has been in play, and not just in play. It has to be something that's done substantially a different move compared to its previous move. Like here, you see this daily is completely different to what it has been doing recently. So that's what I mean by you want to look at the daily, hover around it. Is it different? And does it look like it's turning? Does it look like a nice daily? Does it have overhead resistance straight away? On this one, for example, 170, I see overhead resistance being 2. So would I be able to get my R's until 2? Is it worth keeping it on my watch list? And if the answer is yes, then I will put that on my watch list, right? So that those are the criteria. For me, daily is an extremely important part of everything, basically. My all my decisions are based off of daily somehow. Anyways, so that's that. Scanners. Once it's done, then I will go to the stockmarketwatch.com pre-markets. So this the stockmarketwatch.com will give you the pre-market over here, right here, and I will look at this. Now over here, what I need before looking at the percentage changes for percentage gaps, I don't even care about these. I wanna look at here. First of all, it has to be pre-market. These are done in the pre-market, so it has to be over 1 million. Anything that's gapping over 1 million will pique my interest. And if it does, then I will start to look at it. Like Zivo was brought from here, Edsa was brought from here. VSTM at that time, it was not looking good for the fact that VSTM. This is what I was seeing. Not this, obviously, but at that point, I was having a look at this. And this is what I was seeing right here. And as you can see, it's already drifted down, and it just looked like one of those that's just going to keep on drifting down. And the R's were not there for me. Even if it were to, let's say, get to 3, which it's at the moment trading at, I probably wouldn't get much more than 20 cents, even if I get the whole thing, right? So that completely, I didn't even put it on my watch list simply for the fact that the price action pre-market wasn't good enough for me, right? So on this one, volume, extremely important. Volume has to be over 1 million. Ideally, you want it to be, if you're watching this close to the market open, it has to be close to 2 million. The more the merrier, basically. And the second thing you want to see is, if you are a long trader, if something is gapping up, like Zivo, right? You want that pre-market. This is not good because you want this to be trading at the highs if the stock is strong. That's a sign of a weakness, because a lot of people don't have conviction on this. A lot of profit taking has happened. If there was a conviction on it, it will be start trading. The price shows, guys, you know, the emotions and everything, and the reasons why it's up, and there's always emotions, and it's like a footprint of emotions. You know, if you feel like, you know, the stock has gapped up and started to continue, and now it's all of a sudden rejecting, it doesn't do that for no reason. There's a massive reason behind it. And if you see that on the charts, then you can base your strategies according to that. If this was, let's say this pullback started to trade over here, in and around 8, then I will actually consider that breakout trade of 8, even right after the close as well. Sorry, after the open. Because I know this stock is worth keeping an eye on for the open breakout, because it's extremely strong. Now, once I saw that, I said to myself, well, nah, it's already drifted down, not much interest. But the you know, that's the pre-market price action with the volume. That's what actually is a decision factor for me on putting the gappers. As you can see, there was a lot of gappers here. The only thing I put was Zivo and Edsa, EDSA. And I did mention on EDSA, guys, I don't feel like this has a strength to continue. After that rejection, I was looking for shorts on it, right? So yes, I might make it sound a bit too simple. It should be that simple. As long as you're looking at the right places, the right things. For example, you don't look at the pre-market watch list the way you would look at the gapper watch list. They're completely different animal, right? The pre-market watch list, you really want to, first of all, a priority should be the volume, but more than that, it should be the way the stock is holding up, because it's a gap play. It's got to be a gap play. So if it's not holding up, then that gap play isn't there anymore, or the opposite could be true for that. So you want to prioritize what sort of trading style or what sort of trader you are, and you want to work your watch list for that specific style. This is my style. I'm not saying this works, but this works for me. The way I trade things, all of these, here's the thing. Throughout the day, if I were to trade, I probably wouldn't trade anything else, even if it does pop up on my scanners, high of day or other scanners. I will stick to my watch list because I know they have produced in the past. They have. My data shows just follow your watch list and you are fine. In fact, the problem happens when I start to see anything else on the scanners and start trading it. Because what happens is you're actually jumping into trades without even considering a little bit of a catalyst, the dailies. At least with the watch list that you have actually worked on the dailies. You know where the daily lies. You've already done your analysis on the dailies. At least in the back of your mind, you know where it stands. That's quite important, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's not really a magic, a magic scanner there out there. Trust me, I have tried every sort of scanners. Really complicated one, but it's not worth it. Don't even waste your time trying to find that, guys. Yeah, silver. That's why I wanted to short when you were going long. Just tell me before you go long or short. We, we can. Guys, if silver starts to do that, maybe we can even like compensate him for. That'll be almost like insider trading, right? We're joking, silver. Just pulling your leg. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You see, right there, short. Yeah, that's really. Yep. That really. I didn't think about that, Andrew. That you're a genius, mate. Try that. It's not a joke. It might sound like a joke, but that is actually something really because it's all mental, isn't it? It's all psychological. What I will suggest, guys, if especially silver, I think you're just dipping your toes in trading and all. Just trying to survive. Your goal is to survive. Your goal is to never think about making money. And once you go into this mentality of, oh, I'm gonna go into trading to make money, especially in the beginning, you're gonna lose way more than you should. So make it your goal to actually trying to survive. because once you start to survive for like some time, I wouldn't say a month or two because that's just lying clearly. I would say a few years. Then you will start to, you know, in that process, in that journey, you will start to create your own strategy. You will refine them. You will start to work through your system, your plans, and stuff like that. But that takes huge amount of time. That's why I say surviving is the most important priority um, you should consider. Yeah, that's a lot of survival. Sorry, Josh. That's a lot of survival, mate. But if you can afford it, yeah, perfectly fine. You know, for some people, 10K, you know, might not be that much, but make sure you're not getting hit. Look, you have to have, how do I explain? You gotta have bullets to shoot, right? When there is a prey, if you're hunting. Now, if imagine you're shooting all your bullets, you know, before you even see the prey and recognize the prey. And then once you start to recognize it, you don't have any bullets left. You're not able to hunt. You see what I mean? So it's really, really important. Survive, survive, survive. 4K since you like, okay. Yeah, yeah, war definitely. It does make sense. It does make sense for it to affect our psychologically. We think it doesn't, but it does. Trust me, it does. These colors or whatever especially also remember, even if you haven't been taught green is good and red is bad. Let's say in an environment where that's not the case. But if you start going into these books, candlestick patterns and things like that, what do they teach? Well, green is good, red is bad, right? In most cases. So that also plays a part in it. Yeah, and also it's more less stressful that way, Jessica. It's less stressful. You know what you're doing. At least you're looking for certain specific patterns. If this, then that, right? That's the scenario you want to be in. Now, if you're not in that sort of scenario, if you don't have that sort of mentality, first of all, you're not going to progress. You might have a month's luck, 2 months luck, but in the long run, that's not a profession that's going to yield anything for you, right? So that's actually knowing where you are. That's the first step to progress, and keep on doing it. Just keep on, getting um, just just lost my train of thought there. I was looking at Edsa, by the way. That's why I was a bit. I'm losing. Yeah, it just popped. I really, if I wanted, I just wanted to trade it right on that rejection there. Uh, just yeah. Look, Josh, let me tell you something. How long have you been trading? Since January. Josh, put that 70K. Don't even put it in your brokerage account. Take it out. Put it in whatever. I'm not gonna give you obviously financial advice, but take that out of your trading account. Put um, something like 5K. 5K is decent, and create you've got to have a structure, Josh. Otherwise, trust me, that 70K is nothing, right? You got to have a structure, a really, really strict, rigid rules for risk management, right? You cannot risk more than, let's say, 20 to $50 per trade, something like that. Um, you have to have max loss stop day. This can be done by calling your brokerage and say, well, listen, I don't want to lose more than $200 a day. Cut me off, right? Cut me off just when I reach 200, and that in itself is gonna save you a lot of pain. Trust me, because the goal of the game initially, the first 2 years, is um, survival. That's it. I can't stress that enough. And how are you gonna survive if you start to lose thousands of dollars every day just because you can? No, that's I think it's a little bit risky. I can totally understand that 100%, Josh. I have been there. Honestly, I have been there, and I have, anybody who says I haven't blown up any account and I'm still successful, and it's just pulling your leg. No, you gotta blow those accounts, but as long as those accounts are not damaging, really, mentally damaging. Oh, that's nice to hear, Josh. That's what I like to hear. Definitely, I think keep that max loss. Call your broker up. Put it to something like 150 to 200 max. Um, if you want to listen to me, I would put it to 100. I would put it to 100 because um, your goal should be to trade better, not the P&L. So basically, do not trade. P&L will come, and it will come if you could survive that first initial phase of your trading. It will eventually be. You probably wouldn't even realize it because it does happen slowly, slowly, and then one day you probably would say to yourself, "Well, hold on a second, things have changed now." And you're not gonna one day wake up and say that, "Oh, today I have changed everything." No, it happens over time, months and months of trading. Slowly, if you're in the right path, you will come across one day realizing, "Oh, okay, well, you know what? 6 months ago, and now I'm a complete different trader." You know, and after making it that far, and if you haven't given up yet, um, then you can start to, I'm not saying PNL would be your goal, but what I'm saying is it will eventually be the byproduct of whatever you're doing the right way, which is to have um, a system, a structure. Like we keep hearing these things like we must have a business plan, we must have a some sort of a structure, but we just don't do anything about it. That's the thing. you know oh wow, there's a nice little short on Zivo there. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on it. That's really nice. I think, Josh, you can handle 200. That's perfectly fine. And yeah, Andrew, that's what I would start with. Honestly, that's what I would start with. $20 per trade, and max loss of around 3 hours on average. That's Andrew. That if you stick to that rule, one day you're gonna thank yourself. Maybe not now. You might hate yourself for, when you have a trade that goes like $1, uh, 3 4 hours, and then you say to yourself, well, why didn't I risk 100? Why didn't I risk 1,000 on this? I would have made 10,000, something like that. But in the long run, eventually you're gonna realize that that is the best decision probably you made for to be able to survive. Wow, Zivo is just chopping everybody up. Like this is crazy, man. Like this liquidity hunt is like over and under VWAP. I barely see this. This is very unusual. Now the volume peaked up. Let's see if this continues. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no worries, Josh. As long as you're benefiting from it, that's the whole goal here. That's the whole point. I say to a lot of people, um, just because something is free doesn't mean it doesn't have value. We are taught, again, it's just the way we grow up. We don't consider things to be valuable if they're not free. We've been taught that in every way, right? So let's say, any stream out there or this stream is bringing you some sort of a knowledge, and if it does make sense, trying to take that seriously, like, you know, because somebody is telling you from his experience of, like, let's say 5 to 10 years of, you know, in this journey, and if somebody is trying to sort of um, guide you in the right way, then just because it's free, you shouldn't just kick it out of your mind. It's like, take it seriously if it does make sense, right? And then maybe stick by it and make it something that is a routine for you. But it's kind of hard to change people's mind. It's very hard, because if you, let's say you were to subscribe to my services for hundreds of dollars a month, and if I gave you similar advice, you would definitely take that advice more seriously, right? That's the nature of that's how we operate. But trying to beat that nature, and take things seriously, and just survive. Don't be amongst the last 10%, sorry, the 90%, right? In fact, it's not 90%, it's more than that. You want to be in that 10%. And that 10%, trust me, it requires a lot of hard work. If you're coming into this trading thinking that, well, it's eventually in a year or two I'm going to be making millions, no, you've got the wrong mentality. You've really got your priorities upside down. You've got to change that mentality. Oh, okay, Zivo, Zivo's distracting me, guys. So Zivo over here, whatever I see here, what did I mention earlier, guys? This area, right? This area, this box. This is the reason why I say do not trade the chop. And why do I say this could be the chop? I calculated it here. Now over here as well is being that the case, right? It's is finding the orders. It's just liquidity hunt. You know, is going over the extremes, finding them, and coming back to the other extreme to find more orders. That's simply the fact at the moment. But things will happen if it starts to break this liquidity hunt area, stop runs, or whatever you want to call them, right? So at the moment I see that, but only lately I have noticed some volume picking up, rather, you know, uh, substantially greater than the previous ones. But that volume needs to be again consistent for it to actually try and break that 8. So if I was watching this, I will have two set of conditions on this. One is it's gotta break that 8, right? And when it does, it has to bring in that consistent volume. It can't be on a one spike volume and then really, you know, dies down. No, if that spike happens, then that spike needs to follow up with another for it to actually, if you're in a breakout trade. If that doesn't happen, then there could be a reversal from the highs of the pre-market easily, because that's not bringing in more potential new buyers. You will, Silver. You will. Just let us know when you're trading. There was a friend of mine who kept on calling me about advice, and I know he's one of those friends that just wants like 5 minutes advice and become a millionaire, right? So knowing that, I tell him, look, um, what I want you to do is just call me anytime. I've got a usually do not disturb sign, do not disturb on my phones during this trading times. I tell him I'm even gonna go as far as having you on the side a special number, or you can actually set it that way that you will be able to call me while I'm trading as well. Just call me and say to me that I'm going long this. You're right. So we agreed on that, but he never called. I said to him, let's just try and at least send me a text that you're thinking of going just before you pull the trigger. However, yeah, not thinking of, just before you pull the trigger, just let me know you're going long this stock, right? And then I'll give you some commissions on it if you lose on it, which most likely 90% of the time he has been. So we could probably work something out with you as well. So I'm kidding, Silver. Just pulling your leg. It's just for laughter. Okay, don't take it personally. Um, I know you can handle these jokes. That's why I don't do it with anybody else, but only with you. You are in the Discord, right, Silver? You see this zone here? Yep. Just that 8 rejected, the high got rejected, comes back in, and then see what it does. Awesome stuff. Good job. All right, yes, elite. That's what we're talking about now. Uh, I meant to do a few things with elite. Just bear with me, guys, on that. I have some plans for it, but it just hasn't really come to fruition yet. We will start to look at it in a different way. Start to maybe have these conversations there, but in a different way, so that it is actually more effective. That's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I get you, man. Please don't do that. SDCE job. It's quiet, guys. Really quiet. For Monday, it's kind of normal. Zivo is still in that box. Let's see when it's gonna come out of this box. It'll be interesting to watch when it does. Yeah. But you know, you have to, uh, Josh and Silver, whoever is starting out within the first year, maybe, uh, you really want to be trading, especially these kind of situations, these kind of quiet days, Mondays, Fridays. You don't want to be avoiding them. That's the thing, because avoiding them is not going to solve the problem. It's tackling them. But as long as you are uh, learning from it, that's why I meant, like, if you're losing few bucks here and there, That's just as long as that's giving you that lesson, and eventually that you stop doing those mistakes, if there is any. uh, that's when those small little losers will pay off. Yeah, I used to do that, Andrew, as well. I used to go back to my trades and say, oh, opposite of this would have made me a lot of money, actually. See, a lot of people start out with, especially when it comes to forex, foreign exchange trading. There's a lot of, honestly, there's a lot of businessmen, I would say, a lot of businessmen out there that is after your money, and they always talk about this specific strategy, this specific setup is gonna, do this, do that. Nothing like that exists, and even if it does, I haven't come across any. And if it did, I probably would have found it. But what I mean by that is, it's it's not the setup, it's not the strategy. Setup is there, yes. You should have a setup. You should have a rigid rule-based strategy to begin with, so that you're not losing all your money. Risk management setups, and in fact, what you're looking at, intraday setups, you should have that, yes. But when you, like anybody who's made it, yeah, you ask them, what is your strict setup rule strategies? It's kind of hard for them to explain it, because and then later down the line, those setups becomes a bit more discretionary. What I mean by that is, like, somebody might post some ticker in the stream, and then as soon as I look at it and I say, well, that's not for me. You know, that in itself is actually a huge step forward. If you are able to, that comes after years of trading and doing some same thing over and over and over again, having that routine. If you have a specific routine, you're continuing to achieve that, let's say for a year or two, a lot of things will start to happen. You will start to you will be able to pull out a lot of gems from that routine, because you're constantly doing that. And the examples are these professional athletes, these professional uh, you know uh, football players, basketball whatever. They didn't just come to that point just by doing things randomly. They have been doing these routines day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, and eventually you actually see the result of all that. um, so I would say, just take it easy, guys, and relax. Enjoy the journey. Don't stress yourself up too much. Just know that um, eventually the P&L will be the byproduct of your persistence and your hard work. I'm looking at Edsa. I thought this is a nice little pop to VWAP. Um, if that VWAP starts to hold, it could go for another round down, I believe, because it's not bringing in. Yes, it's curling back up. It's curling back up, but it's not bringing much of a volume. So I'm thinking, if this VWAP starts to hold, there might be another short opportunity there, but the markets are quiet at the moment. These things can really chop you around if you have a tight stop. So guys, I'm just gonna have 5 minutes break. Instead of shutting down the stream, I will just go for a nice little stretch and then come back. Or I could shut down the stream as well if you guys are done as well. I really don't mind, to be honest. It's up to you guys. I will stay here for you guys. If not, then I'll shut that stream. But if you guys are staying, then yeah, I'll come back after 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll give me 5 minutes. I'll be back, guys. Alright guys, what's going on? Yep. Yeah, Owen, it's yeah, I had 3 reds back to back, so I have stopped trading. It's one of my rules. So that's not bad. I'm okay with that because Monday's a little bit tight as well for me. Awesome. LCID, by the way, is the only thing holding up today, I think, is LCID. Although there's not much of a liquidity. Liquidity is there, but I think it's just right about now it's attacking that really crucial area. The high of the and previous days high, I believe. That it rejected from quite a few times. Now it's attacking that, but with good volume though. I think so. This might have a chance to break it. So Edsa, not Edsa, Zivo. As long as it's holding up here, I think it might eventually have to break this either way. I think if it does break to the upside, it might be good. Maybe later down the line, this might be something to keep an eye on. Because these things, when they usually move, they like to move during the really quiet times. That's when it's quite explosive when they do move. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I should do that as well, Silver. I should definitely look into that. Mondays and Fridays. Actually, you know what? Fridays, I am kind of thinking is changing now. Yes, a year ago, I would say definitely Fridays was really bad. Were really bad. But I think since 3, 4 months, Friday hasn't been that bad. Actually, some of my good days come from Fridays lately. But Mondays definitely I don't have really good trade. I can't say that I have had really good success on Mondays. That's pretty much why I actually put positioning like to 50%. So LCID is gone up to that level. and it's that level's kind of holding up a little bit. And then Ater looks interesting though. Ater looks kind of interesting. See this zone we created? It's still active. Believe it or not, this zone is still active. Just goes up and comes back and retests it. But with that zone, if that's holding that 12 area, and if it starts to break this trend line, this might be good. Yeah, no volume there. Yeah, Ater, no volume yet. Just what you also want to do is, if you're, let's say you're not trading this, you want to put an alarm around 1260s, and just get notified whenever it pops there, if you're planning to trade it once it starts to bring in volume. Now I'm assuming that if it does start to break that trend line there, it will bring in more volume. So okay, I have to start looking into short now. Wow, LCID is attacking the high again. That's the only thing that shows strength to me. 3351 LCID. This LCID seems like it wants to break. The only thing is the volume, and being Monday, just gotta be careful. If you're gonna take it, maybe take half positions or 50%. But I am not, but looks good for a long. On the break of that 2352s, 55s. Be big, somebody mentioned be big. Be big, be big, be big. Nope. Nope. Let's have a look. PLTR looks good for a short. Yeah, Andrew, that's exactly my thoughts. Be big. Yeah, sorry, I should have explained why I say no. It's just, yeah, it's ranging in this little really um, congested area. I mean, I would consider congestion to be something to watch if it had some volume and if it had some range. At the moment, I don't see anything. Initially, we had some range, but then as it started to drift down, it just kept on trading between this really tight range. We're talking 750 to 720s, 30 cents range for a B big. It's not big enough. And how to tell if the volume, you know, there's a way to tell, uh, like there's illiquidity or volume is bad. Um, if you pay attention to this area here, you see these these dojis. Let's call all of them dojis. When you start to see those, try to not trade it. It, you know, it's one thing that you will see it here after the move, after momentum is there, things like that. It's one thing, but to see it continuously, something like over here, is completely different thing. So on this one, you want, if you want to trade this, let's say somebody puts a gun in your head and says, well, you need to trade B big today. right? You gotta ask yourself two things. One, this whole situation has to change for you to be able to trade, right? Right? For it to change, it has to do few things. One, it has to break this range, and two, it has to bring in more volume. So if it does that, then maybe you can look into trading it. We got Zivo still in that range, believe it or not, still in there. The one that's interesting a little bit now off the gappers is Edsa, EDSA. This is trying to attack that VWAP, and it's not bringing in volume or anything. But if it does start to close over over the VWAP, and it starts to bring volume, that daily will look a bit interesting for a possible maybe push towards the highs. But these ones, I usually am very pessimistic. It just after a pop, they will drop something like this. You see here, pops and drops, pops and drops, unless massive volume comes in and changes everything. Ater. Ater's coming up to that, broken that. You see the volume on Ater? Um, broken that trend line, but I would still consider is not broken yet. It has to close above that, and that volume is just pops up and then drops. So you want the consistency on the volume if this was to continue. I think so. That's what I'm thinking on EDSA. Because these days, these gappers, if they do start to hold, if they, especially the fader, if they don't start to fade all day during the midday after lunch, around that time, when things are quiet, they will start to creep back up. Now, once they start to creep back up, because of it being so much of a low float, um, if it brings a lot of volume, especially on a quiet times, they could run because there's not a lot of force needed for them to actually make them move. One, two, there's no there's not a lot of opposition holding their orders here, for example, 10s or 950s and things like that. Because believe it or not, on these stocks, people are having their orders around 9, 8, 850s, 950s, 10s. Just that's their strategy, and they do well. They do really well. It's just they need to find the right stock for that. So if you don't get those, short sellers stopping this thing once it starts to move, yeah, it will. There's a possibility. But yeah, Mondays. You see, this is a typical sign of a reversal, but on one is one of those stocks. Two is just the wrong timing of the day as well. Okay, let's see what our SDC is doing. Wow, what a chop. But if SDC breaks this 680s, it might actually have some momentum to the downside. Oh, okay, Ater looks good. The volume consistency is really good. Okay, Ater. I'm not trading, guys. But Ater looks good for long. Yeah, I think we might see either Zivo or Edsa do something today. You just have to wait up on it. You gotta test your patience on that. So that's your Ater there. Okay. So as you can see, EDSA just getting stopped at the view up again. As long as this trend line is holding, I'm thinking if it does start to attack the view up, it will start to break it. EDSA, but that trend line and 8, that is a crucial area for EDSA. Once that gives up, this could be another follow through from this main move. So if I show you on a 5-minute or even 2 minutes, it's going to look a bit more clearer. So we have this main move here, right? And then we have that pullback. And if this area holds, then that area needs to go. Either way gives up, then we have another potential downside move. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning Ater earlier. Ater here, I was mentioning it looks good here, but I wasn't trading it. But Yeah, looks good for long. Stop is just under 250 now, and it's looking really good. Yeah, 100%. This is one of the only ones that I mentioned, guys. This might actually have a chance. Uh, exactly to the tick, if you remember, like for it to break that trend line, it is in that trend line, that little pennant area. Um, Usually that is the calm before the storm. Now I said like it has to bring in quite a bit of volume, and that volume cannot be a spike and then down like these. You see the volume comes in and then spikes down, so that's not consistent enough. Have a look at this difference between these pops and these other pops. Complete different. Like it stays within that range of the first pop on the volume. That's your clue. There it goes. And look at this volume building up now. Like, yeah, FOMO intensified. Exactly, from my side as well. But, we just have to we just have to cover that. That's like a $1 move now almost. That looks good. If I was in it, I would definitely consider taking some just before 1350s. Have a look at the level 2 as well. Not very fast. You can easily read it. You see 33s have numbers, 33s, big numbers. If that gets taken out, there it goes. There it goes. You see? Perfect. So that's showing quite clear sign of a strength. You know what? I knew, Silver, you were long on this. I just didn't want to ask it. I hope you took it a bit early when I was mentioning it somewhere here and not here. I really hope you didn't take it around the break of 13s. Yeah, don't have to say it. We know you too well, Silver. You're like an open book to us. The EDSA is coming up strong as well. It's holding up. Look at that. Look at this. This is a best. I don't know. Like this, 100% stop run example. Very clear. Look at that liquidity hunt. I mean, this area. Look, everybody's like thinking, well, this is holding. VWAP's holding. VWAP's holding. They're probably shorting here, shorting there, shorting there. All the stops are here. Like on top of the VWAP. So what it does is, especially they can do that at this time, uh, shanks everybody out, kicks everybody out of their trades, and look at this. This is probably the main move down. So that's why you cannot rely on break of any level. That's not a break. A lot of people think that's a break. In fact, if you start to see that sign, it's actually the opposite. That's a really, really good example of a stop run. Wow, silver 1236. Let's have a look. I didn't really 1236. Okay. Yes. Perfect. 1350s. Hopefully you took some out just before 1350s. And then what I would do is give it some room maybe, but bank in. Don't leave a lot to for the remaining runner. I would say you know leave a little bit for a runner. The volume that is bringing in might have a continuation, but expect a bit of a pullback as well. So if your average is 1236, 1230s, you want to just keep your stop, maybe break even on the remainder of the shares, and just let it run. Then we've got on a daily 14s. No worries, Andrew. Have a good one. Best of luck. Take it easy, mate. See you tomorrow. That looks really nice, Ater. Looks really, really nice. Obviously, the entry is gone now. Entry was here, here. Worst case scenario here. But, you know, I think it's gone. The entry is gone. Don't chase it. If you haven't traded before, if you're not in it already with good profit, no. I wouldn't touch it now. Wow, look at this thing. See you, James. Take it easy, mate. You too. Cheers, Owen. Have a good one. Yeah, Zivo, if you are still trading, just stay with. I mean, if I was trading this, I would stick with that plan of that box needs to break 8. Ideally, not just the box. I want to see how it reacts around 8 as well. Um, so once it starts to break, it could be fast. I'll be extremely careful on it. But it could come anytime. Usually quiet times if it does start to bring in volume, like Ater for example. This volume that came in, it just came in the middle of nowhere basically after 11:30 lunchtime, just before lunchtime. Usually it's very quiet at this time. The only other thing that I see is LCID. I didn't mention. This might take a while for it to break, but the daily looks really good on it. Daily looks good. Daily was a big gap down and then recovered the whole thing. And then it start trading. I will put an alert 2360s if it does break that. If it doesn't, then I will not be interested in this at all. Because I think what it did is it gapped down, it made quite a bit of move, and it's gonna just juggle around in between the highs and the VWAP. So I'll definitely wait for the 2360s to break on LCID before I'm even interested on it. So on Ater it looks good, and that 1350 is nicely holding, but if it does break that, yeah, it's gonna look good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut down the stream, guys. I think everybody's left anyways, so I will see you guys tomorrow 9:15 EST. I'll see you, Silver. Have a good one. Best of luck with the rest of the trades. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Silver. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe.